Good afternoon. My name is John Steinbeck. I'm the chief of the fire department. Thank you for being here for our deployment to Southern California. I'd like to begin by stating that our hearts and prayers go out to the people in Southern California that are being affected by these devastating fires. All of the people that have had to evacuate. The information that we have is that we have over 16,000 acres burned, over 1,000 homes or 1,000 structures rather that have been destroyed, and over 70,000 people that have evacuated, and then we have vast power out. We were asked if we could deploy units. Myself, my counterpart here from the city of Las Vegas, city of Henderson, we're very eager to be able to assist our neighbors in Southern California, and so we're sending a strike team down there, type 1 structure units. So those are commonly referred to as your fire engines. So there'll be 3 fire engines from Clark County, 1 from the city of Las Vegas, 1 from Henderson, and 2 battalion chiefs, and then a mechanic and a logistics specialist that'll be going in total to assist. If we get a request for more, we will find more and more down. But this is a request that we have right now. Currently they are scheduled to leave here in just a few minutes, and then they will be going to Riverside, where they will meet with their command officers there to integrate in, and then they will be assigned from there. To our knowledge right now, they will be working the Pacific Palisades fire, but that could change. The length of the deployment is expected to be 10 to 14 days, but that could change. So we're needed within their scope. So if it is structural protection, they will do structural protection. If it is running EMS calls, they will run EMS calls. If it is assisting in various logistic responsibilities, they will do that. But right now, from what you've seen, is they need firefighters down there to help knock down some of the body of fire and to assist with the structural protection and the evacuations. And so that's what I would think they're going to do, but it'll be whatever the the incident commanders down there think is the best use of those resources. We support. Chief, do you have anything?
Yes, I'd like to add. Again, my name is Queen Anune, and I'm the Deputy Chief of Operations for Las Vegas Fire and Rescue. And as my counterpart mentioned, I also wanted to exacerbate a little bit about our members and their bravery for taking this call and taking time away from their families. And we have a very devised plan to make sure that we're in touch with our members. We have IT technology to know where they are. If there are any requests or concerns from family members asking about their loved ones, we're all in contact. We'll be doing hourly situational updates within our internal department, and we'll probably be sharing information with the family as soon as information is made aware. Again, we are deeply saddened about the loss of Southern California. We look for the opportunity at all times to step up and support our regional partners. So LVFR and Valley-wide, we're here as a to support and make sure our members know that they're supported, and we'll be here for them, and we'll be here when they get back. So we'll keep you guys abreast to anything we learn and their families.
Thank you, Chief. Questions?
Do you think a lot of what you'll be doing too is breaking the firefighters that have been there all this time?
Yeah.
They've got to be exhausted.
Absolutely. They're definitely going to need replacement. They're working tirelessly down there and hard when it's, it could even be your neighbors and your homes that are threatened, and that very well may be the case, and normally is the case when we go in to assist from out of state to a disaster area. So probably their first assignments will be relief of people that are working there right now to take on their assignments. That's a good
Talk about the conditions that, you guys deal with fires all the time, but can you talk about when you're having to fight fires, when they have the windy conditions that they're dealing with right now?
Yeah, those winds that we're seeing on TV right now, those fires are almost impossible to really contain. You're going to continue to try to get ahead of it, do evacuations, and to try to do exposure and structural protection. But those wind-driven fires at that level are just very, very difficult. There's a lot of oxygen that's being fed to a massive fire, and that's going to be extremely hot, and it's going, at least what I'm seeing on TV. That doesn't mean every area that they go to is going to be that difficult to extinguish, but from the footage that we saw right now, they are going into wind-driven fires that are in very difficult.
I know there's been an issue with the lack of water there, especially with the Palisades fire. How does your plan of attack change, when there is less water to work with, or are you guys bringing water in the trucks? How is that factoring in?
Yeah, we'll bring water, but it's not enough to really make that big of a difference, right? You have to get a water supply. So you could always do an initial attack. You could run, the thing about this, it doesn't mean that the city down there, the rest of their fire and EMS stops either, right? You can have structured fire just down the street that has nothing to do with this incident, or in the next city over. And so our trucks are fully equipped, advanced life support, just like they are here in Clark County, and ready to respond. But even if you have a structured fire here, the amount of water that we bring is only good for an initial knockdown. So to your question, how does the strategy change? It changes quite a bit if you can't get a solid water supply. It becomes impossible to do an aggressive offensive attack, but you really don't have the water for a large-scale defensive attack either. So you're really in that evacuation mode, trying to secure that water supply and try to assist in any way that you can with removing fuel that might be feeding the fire until you can get those water supplies up. And I have no insight as to what their water supply is other than what's been reported on the news.
It's January. As fire professionals, what's your reaction to seeing the explosive nature of these fires this time of year? Like, I know we've had a record dry period, record warm period. Talk to me a little bit about your reaction working in the industry and seeing something like this.
Yeah, so we used to think of a fire season, and now that's gone. So it's year round, and that's just something that we've had to adjust to. Not that you couldn't have terrible fires any time of year, but it certainly is year round, and that's not lost on any of us.
I know the county has an emergency operations plan here in town. If something major happens here, how ready are we in the event of a major emergency here in the valley?
We're as prepared as you possibly can be, but every community can be overwhelmed. We, if you go ahead and onto our websites or on ready.org, we stress the importance of having personal evacuation plans, personal preparedness plans, business evacuation, and continuity of operations plans, because our resources can be overwhelmed right now, and Clark County is certainly not immune to those. But the planning and the resources are in place and continuously revisited and updated.
How many more personnel could we send down there if they request more help?
I've got a lot, and Chief, I'll let you speak to this as well, but we've got a lot more people that want to go than we actually have engines that we could send. That's our number one restriction right now, is the equipment that we could send. So, but if we do get a resource request for additional, we will maximize the amount of units that we can send down there while keeping our jurisdictions still covered. Chief, did you want to speak to that?
Yeah, LVFR and our partners, we had more people that wanted to go and be deployed for this. As Chief Steinbeck mentioned, though, we have to make sure that we maintain those resources here within the city. It is an equipment demand. As long as we can get the equipment out, we definitely have the personnel that is willing to go out.
Any additional questions?
Chief, when do you think that they'll be taken off so that they can get in position to get the caravan leaving?
As soon as they can. So they things on exactly, so we can give them as much information possible, because it is different when you go to another community and you got to run in a different system and be prepared for everything, right? You don't know all of those same resources, and they've been being briefed on that right now, but they'll be leaving as soon as possible. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone that didn't get the summary notes? Copy?
same. I got a plug in there.
Yeah, we gotta do that.
I'm gonna go start writing. You need to grab anything else?
Here.
Just unrelated to this.
That's all right.
Yeah, just jump.
Good, how you doing?
Well,
Roll on like 7 to
well,
the less is